Most people have no idea that a small organ hidden deep inside their body is quietly controlling some of the most important processes that keep them alive. And when this organ starts to fail, the effects don't show up immediately. They build slowly, silently, until one day, everything feels different. That organ is called the pancreas. And what's even more surprising is that most people don't know where it is, what it does, or why it matters, until something goes wrong. In today's video, we're going to break it all down in the simplest way possible. You'll understand what the pancreas is, where it's located, what it actually does inside your body, and why ignoring it can quietly lead to some very serious health problems over time. By the end of this video, you'll start seeing your body in a completely different way. So let's begin. First, let's talk about where the pancreas actually is. Because most people have never thought about this. Your pancreas sits deep inside your abdomen, tucked right behind your stomach, in front of your spine. It's not on the surface. It's not something you can feel from the outside. And even doctors cannot examine it directly without special tests or imaging scans. This hidden position is one of the reasons why pancreas problems are so often missed in the early stages. Because when something goes wrong, you can't feel it the way you'd feel a sore muscle or a stomach ache. The discomfort, when it comes, often feels vague, unclear, easy to dismiss. And that's exactly what makes this organ so important to understand. Now, in terms of size, the pancreas is roughly about as long as your hand. Approximately 15 to 20 centimeters in length. Not very large. But its impact on your body is enormous. Now let's talk about structure. Because the pancreas is not a simple organ. It has three distinct parts. The first part is called the head. This is the widest section, and it sits on the right side of your abdomen, right next to a part of your small intestine called the duodenum. The second part is called the body. This is the middle section that stretches across your abdomen behind your stomach. And the third part is called the tail. This is the narrow end, which points toward your left side, sitting close to your spleen. Together, these three parts form one connected organ that works as a single system. But here's what makes the pancreas truly unique. Most organs in your body have one main job. Your heart pumps blood. Your lungs help you breathe. Your kidneys filter waste. But the pancreas is different. It performs two completely different and equally important jobs at the same time. And both of these jobs are absolutely critical for your survival. The first job is digestion. Every time you eat something, whether it's rice, bread, meat, vegetables, or even something as simple as a piece of fruit, your body cannot use that food immediately. It has to be broken down into smaller components that your cells can actually absorb and convert into energy. This is where the pancreas steps in, quietly, behind the scenes. It produces special substances called digestive enzymes. These enzymes travel through a small channel called the pancreatic duct, directly into your small intestine. And once they arrive, they get to work immediately. One enzyme breaks down fats. Another breaks down proteins. And another breaks down carbohydrates. Together, they ensure that everything you eat gets properly processed, absorbed, and converted into the energy your body needs to function. Now here's something most people get completely wrong. They think digestion is mostly about the stomach. But in reality, the stomach only starts the process. The pancreas is the one that finishes it. Without these enzymes, your food would pass through your system largely unprocessed. You might be eating enough, but your body would still feel weak, tired, and constantly malnourished. Because it's not just about how much you eat. It's about how well your body can actually use what you eat. And the pancreas is the key to that process. Now here's the second job, and this one is even more critical. Your pancreas produces a hormone called insulin. You've probably heard of insulin before, especially in conversations about diabetes. But let's understand what it actually does inside your body. Every time you eat, your blood sugar level rises. This is completely normal. Your body needs sugar as its primary source of energy. But here's the problem. Too much sugar circulating in your blood is dangerous. It can damage your blood vessels. It can affect your organs. It can disrupt almost every system in your body. So your body needs a precise control system to manage it. And that control system is insulin. Insulin works like a key. When your blood sugar rises after a meal, your pancreas detects this change and releases insulin into your bloodstream. Insulin then travels to your cells, unlocks them, and allows sugar to move from your blood into your cells, where it can be used as energy. Without enough insulin, sugar stays trapped in your bloodstream. It keeps rising. And over time, this leads to a condition called diabetes. So in simple terms, your pancreas is constantly working in the background, monitoring your blood sugar, releasing insulin, and keeping everything balanced. You don't feel it happening. You don't notice it. But it's working every single minute, every single day, every time you eat, and even between meals. Now, the pancreas actually performs these two functions through two completely different systems within the same organ. The first system is called the exocrine system. This is the part of the pancreas responsible for producing digestive enzymes. About 95% of the pancreas is made up of exocrine tissue. These are clusters of cells called acini, and they produce the enzymes that flow into your small intestine to help break down your food. The second system is called the endocrine system. This is a much smaller portion of the pancreas, but equally important. It consists of tiny clusters of cells called the islets of Langerhans. These cells produce hormones, including insulin, and another hormone called glucagon. While insulin lowers blood sugar, glucagon raises it when levels drop too low. Together, insulin and glucagon work like a perfectly balanced system, constantly adjusting your blood sugar levels, keeping them within a safe and healthy range. This dual role, exocrine and endocrine, is what makes the pancreas one of the most complex and important organs in your entire body. Now imagine what happens when this system begins to break down. If your pancreas stops producing enough digestive enzymes, your digestion becomes weak and inefficient. You might start feeling bloated after meals, uncomfortable, unusually full after eating very small amounts. Your body might stop absorbing nutrients properly. And over time, this can lead to unexplained weight loss, persistent fatigue, and a general feeling of weakness that doesn't seem to have an obvious cause. At the same time, if your pancreas stops producing enough insulin, your blood sugar levels begin to rise uncontrollably. And this doesn't just affect your energy levels. It slowly starts to damage your blood vessels, your kidneys, your eyes, your nerves. The effects spread quietly through your entire body. And here's the part that most people don't realize. These changes rarely happen suddenly. They begin quietly, with very mild symptoms. Symptoms that are incredibly easy to ignore. You might feel a little more tired than usual. You might notice subtle changes in how your body responds after eating. You might feel slightly uncomfortable, slightly off, but not in a way that seems serious. And most people think to themselves, maybe it's stress. Maybe I didn't sleep well. Maybe it's something I ate. But sometimes, these small signals are your body's way of telling you that something deeper is not right. And this is where many people make a critical mistake. They wait. They ignore it. They assume it will pass on its own. And by the time they take it seriously, the problem has already progressed further than it needed to. If you're finding this information is valuable, take a second to like this video. It helps more people discover this knowledge. Now let's continue. Your body is always communicating with you. The question is, are you listening? Think about how your body actually feels after a meal. Do you feel energized? Or unusually tired? Do you feel light, or heavy and uncomfortable? Do you feel satisfied, or bloated even after eating very little? These small details reveal a lot about what's happening inside your body. And the pancreas plays a central role in all of it. Another important point is that the pancreas is not an organ you can feel directly. Unlike muscle pain or headaches, problems with the pancreas often don't cause obvious discomfort in the early stages. That's why awareness becomes so important. The more you understand how your body works, the better you can recognize when something feels off. And the earlier you notice it, the better your chances of managing it effectively. Why? Right now, your pancreas is working non-stop. Whether you're eating, resting, or even sleeping, it's constantly adjusting your body's internal balance. It's producing enzymes, releasing hormones, and making sure everything stays in control. You don't have to think about it. But it's happening. And that's exactly why it deserves your attention. Because when something works quietly in the background, it's easy to forget how important it is, until it stops working the way it should. So if there's one thing you take away from today's video, let it be this. Your pancreas may be small. It may be hidden, but its role in your body is massive. It helps you digest your food. It controls your blood sugar. It works silently, constantly, without you ever having to think about it. And that's exactly why it deserves your attention. Because the organs that work the hardest are often the ones we forget about the most. Understanding your pancreas gives you the power to recognize warning signs early, to make better choices, to take your health seriously before something forces you to. In the next video, we're going to take this a step further. We'll talk about what actually happens when the pancreas stops working properly. How it begins to affect your digestion, your blood sugar, your energy, and your overall health in ways most people never connect back to this one small organ. Some of these effects are so subtle that people live with them for years, without ever knowing the real cause. Make sure you don't miss that. Because what you learn there could completely change the way you look at your health. If this video gave you something valuable, please like it and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Subscribe to Mysterious Facts of Life, and drop a comment below telling us, did you know about the pancreas before watching this? We'll see you in the next one.